Our mission is to be a place of renewal where our guests meet the Creator and His creation. But how does that flesh out?
Our goal at camp is to create this atmosphere where you feel renewed and walk away refreshed. It's very transformative.
People that would never darken the doors of a church. They're here all the time, and they love it out here. I mean, who would not love this?
The ministry has more than just four walls. It has God's creation speaking to each person that steps foot here.
You get to be outside for once, like just experience everything, learn about new things that you've never learned before.
Seeing the kids' faces when they've seen a redwood forest for the first time, it's unbelievable.
I mean, each and every day, Alliance Redwoods is taking families and giving them an experience that is quite frankly found nowhere else in the world.
God makes Himself known through what He has made, but He also makes Himself known through His people. Our staff is trained and does it with passion. You're a guide who knows the way, and you just point them to the Creator in His creation.
Camp is help us to retreat from all the business in our life, so as we are able to see things afresh from the spiritual perspective.
We get an opportunity daily to provide exceptional Christian hospitality. And hospitality, if you unpack that word, means the love of strangers. People come as strangers, but they leave as friends.
Alliance Redwoods sees about, well, tens of thousands of people. They see Jesus on everything that's here. And they'll even see Scripture all the way through camp.
We've been able to build a bridge of opportunity where people experience recreation. So rather than a place of recreation, it's a place of recreation. This past July, I celebrated my 63rd birthday. My wife asked me, so what do you want to do on your birthday? So what I'd like to do is go stay in one of the new tree houses at camp. So we came, checked in the parking lot. We met the other participants of our tour. And one young lady showed up by herself. And as we started to unpack our stories with each other, she started describing that she had come here by herself and that it was her birthday too. So I said, great, it's my birthday as well. So let's celebrate our birthdays together. Over the course of the next 24 hours, we got to know this young lady. And she shared her story that she had broken up with her boyfriend and she was here by herself celebrating her birthday. As we walked down the trail, she noticed one of the signs, Highway 66 signs, and she asked, she said, is that a verse from the Bible? I said, yes, it is. She says, do you guys believe the Bible here? I said, oh yeah, yes we do. When she got to her tree house, we said, why don't you join us for dinner? So she came out of her tree house and she was holding a book that we give away called Reforesting Faith. And she asked, would it be possible for me to take this home? I said, absolutely. And as she started to talk with us, she started sharing that she was a Buddhist, but she was really searching for the truth. And we got to share seeds of the gospel with her. At the end of that time together, she turned to my wife and she said, would it be possible to exchange email address? I'd like to follow up with you on some of the things that we talked about. And she closed with this. She said, this has been one of the best birthdays of my life. Tens of thousands of people who aren't coming to my church and aren't coming to your church come across our bridge annually. At our peak, pre-COVID, we were serving in excess of 20,000 people a year on our zipline tours, and another 15,000 students through outdoor education, and 20,000 people through camps and conferences. Then it was COVID, and a matter of minutes, we lost $10 million worth of bookings. All of us have experienced great volatility. It's been no different here at Alliance Redwoods, but this, under God's leading, is how we've responded. When the pandemic hit us and all of our programs and services came to a screeching halt, we had an opportunity at that time to either hunker down and ride out the storm or batten down the hatches and full speed ahead. We may go down, but we're going to go down swinging. And I felt as if, the voice of God speaking to me, reminding me, hey, if you go down, you're going to go down serving.
Alliance Redwoods is a great resort. Redwood Gospel Mission is the last resort. COVID came, we were locked in. We had too many people in a very small space. ARCG called me and said, hey, you ever thought about coming out to the camp? And it was like, it was just a huge act of faith to open their doors to homeless people with zero income and say, yeah, we'll do this.
I cannot overstate the importance of Alliance Redwoods as a critical community partner to the County of Sonoma. They have stepped up to provide an alternate care site for some of the unsheltered and most vulnerable residents of our community. They hosted CAL firefighters during some of our catastrophic wildfires.
Fires in Napa and Sonoma County continue to rage out of control.
If you were to take a map of this area, here we are, Alliance Redwoods in the middle, and all around us there's been a fire to the north, the south, the east, and the west of us.
Last fall we had a close call, and the previous year we had a close call, and it seems like every year it gets closer and closer.
We live in a forest. On one hand, it's beautiful and it's amazing to be in the middle of it, but it also represents a tremendous amount of danger. And I look at the hills around us, around our camp, and we are wholly unprepared to meet a serious fire. And if we don't prepare now, if we don't reduce the fuel loads now, we'll lose every bit of this.
What I have gained from being here under the guidance of Redwood Gospel Mission, we have developed friendships with each other that wouldn't have happened underneath the blanket of God's love for everyone that's here.
There's a lot of healing that's going on here. There's restoration. Like, we're out here by divine appointment. This isn't for nothing.
I believe that fundamentally one of the reasons they stepped up and made an unprecedented offer of sheltering homeless folks in the midst of a pandemic is because of the faith-based nature of the organization and wanting to actually live their values. Everything that this organization does comes from the heart and comes from the soul.
I'm so proud of my team. Everything you see around here has been built since the pandemic broke out. The unsung heroes of this build have been like my bookkeeper, Vanessa. She came up with a theme for each one. So this one has a redwood theme. Really am proud of them. Now we're poised to come out of COVID to reinvest in the mission and the vision of Alliance Redwoods so that our best days are ahead of us, so that we're not just surviving, but we're thriving and achieving everything that God has raised up this place to accomplish. What has happened here has been truly remarkable, but none of it could have happened without the amazing staff that God has assembled. Let me introduce you to them.
You guys want to watch me go turbo?
Yeah!
Are you ready for this?
Yeah!
Turbo! Woo! Yeah! Zip lining!
I work at Alliance Redwoods because of the mission of the camp. I love working out here in the beautiful redwood forest. People encounter the Creator and His creation. That's a big part of it for me, just showing the love of Jesus Christ to people that come through our zip lines and through camp.
Offering excellent Christian hospitality means being able to serve the guests in every way that they need so that they're not distracted from meeting God while they're here.
What I'm trying to contribute to the camp is an atmosphere where people can focus on what God is doing in their lives. This is away from the rush of their homes, their jobs. This is a place where people have made huge decisions, huge life changes right here because they could focus on what God was saying to them.
Everyone is welcome here. We don't have to go overseas to meet the unreached. The nations come to us. These are the people who need to see that Christ makes a difference in our lives and can make a difference in their lives too.
It is a place where I can serve God and have fun. There are so many opportunities for the Lord to show His creativity to us through this place.
We have a lot of guests coming out here
thousands upon thousands upon thousands, both part of our outdoor education programs and then weekend guest groups who come and stay. The sheer volume of lives that Alliance Redwoods is able to impact on any given day or week or weekend is just, it's impressive and a testament to all the hard work that the people who work here come together to do.
At our peak pre-COVID, the volume of work here is tremendous. One of our greatest challenges is a lack of affordable housing. We have a lot of staff who want to work here but simply can't afford to live in Sonoma County. The beauty of yurts is they're very versatile. We can house either couples or singles.
If it wasn't for the opportunity to have relatively cheap housing, I wouldn't be able to work in a place like this. And so, one, to even have on-site housing is such a blessing. But to be able to have housing where I share in community with people, it's like Acts 2, when they're all coming together and living in community. Like, we are quite literally living out the church.
Bottom line is we'd love for you to come out and see what God is doing at Alliance Redwoods. If you haven't been to Alliance Redwoods in the last 10 years, you haven't been to Alliance Redwoods. I want to thank each and every one of you for standing with us during these turbulent times. Because of you, we are still here serving today.